Good afternoon to the House of Theations. This is Mr. Abundance coming to you live. This was not a scheduled broadcast. And I have not done a broadcast from this country either because of the unstable internet. But let's hope and pray that all will be well this evening with this internet. I also have here, let me bring up Mr. N4, who has joined me. He has now become a regular, and I believe a few others will join me as well as we enter our critical days of what we have been discussing, what we have been promoting, lives that we are touching as we come together going uphill. Mr. N4, greet the house.
Good evening, Mr. Abundance, and thank you for this wonderful and awesome privilege to be here again. Good evening to the House of Theation, the House of Game Changers. And I want to welcome each and one of you on this panel today.
Thank you very much, Mr. N4. When I just made an audio and I did say that we were 6,202 members. Now we are at 6,018. And so you see that I always said, it's either you are growing or you're dying. And indeed, we can say that TACC is growing. We have 4 hours and 4 days, and 9 hours basically before the official stop sale, which the coin's now at 25 cents. We go to the market on the 29th, just about midnight Eastern Standard Time, if I'm not correct. All right, so I will also like to share some of these pictures, and this audio really is for persons that have the questions also, because I will be going through again the items required for verification. We'll be talking about the coins, how they're being allocated, 20%, um, equally 80% over the next 10 months period after launch, which is basically 10% of the balance at the end of every month, and why we're doing that. We were looking at the school adoption program and why are we extending that, and also Stellar and why we're on Stellar and why the 50 cents is required, and why should we, be thinking about our own blockchain, and how do we look ahead, and what do we need to do different, if we really need to change our narrative. But I just want to share some of these awesome photos that are coming in of the school adoption. I think, in my opinion, that policy is the most powerful, as I said, policy that any government institution, cryptocurrency, and I say to you, we are really changing the game. We are the game changer here, and so absolutely. Ambassador, I'm actually live in my program now. If you go live, you will see me. So they're hearing our conversation here. So I will call you back when I'm finished. Thank you. Yes. So Yes, that was our youth ambassador for Africa here. Not Mr. Gabriel. Gabriel is our global ambassador. Now, let's go to sharing my screen, and this is for a lot of people who will watch it after because there were no, there were no prior information, notice given before we go. I see. Okay, yes, I'm sharing my screen now. Now I want to go to these powerful pictures that basically came in. I have not even set up for our team song, but I will definitely get to our team song here. All right, so here we have Southeast, and by the way, this is that's Chris there, that's Chief Chris there, that is leading this delegation there with our students. I mean, when you look at this picture, and you know what cryptocurrency has done and it's doing, you know, and we're not giving our children a head start. And had someone given us a Bitcoin in school, for our education. Just today, a parent met me. She says, Mr. Abundance, I saw you when you checked into this hotel the first time, and I've been trying to get you. I don't know this lady from Adam. I don't know her from Adam, but myself and the global ambassador was walking, and she says, "You, it's you." I said, "Uh-uh." And she said she needs some privacy. And may I say to you, the whole situation is that there are parents with children that can't afford them in school as it is, and that is why it is so important that we really understand the gravity of the situation. I mean, before COVID, it was bad. But during COVID and post COVID, it will get worse, except
Worse.
we stand in the gap. Except we stand in the gap. And so that is my appeal. So these pictures, as they come in, it is very powerful. We, uh, we have we have opened up the minds of our children. We have gone to these schools. And I must say to those teachers and principals that have really caught the vision that they too are also embracing TAC and allowing our leaders across the continent of Africa, across the Caribbean, to educate their students, to educate themselves about cryptocurrency, because this is a new space. This is a new space. When we look at um Eric Finman's 20 years ago, he did that. This is 2021, for the sake of heaven. And you still have persons, instead of going to do their research and to find out how they can assist their people, they're fighting a system and of which they themselves has no answer. They have no answer. And so here you have a system that came out that if Bitcoin to one of these children or children in school at that time, 2009, 2010, if they had bought one Bitcoin, because one Bitcoin was at 3 cents, at that time. And so if they had given our children 2009, 2010, one Bitcoin, because it was at nothing, today they would not have to be looking money. Parents would not have to be looking money about feeding, about school fees. That would be a thing of the past. Let's be fair. Let us be fair to Bitcoin. In all our critique about Bitcoin, Bitcoin did not come to address inequality. Bitcoin did not come to address poverty. Bitcoin did not come to roll back malaria for Africa to become a malaria-free destination. No, that was not what Bitcoin came on the scene to do. Bitcoin, no. So in all our deliberation and critique about Bitcoin, because as Bitcoin rises to 60,000, all the problems that existed before still exist today. Problems with water and electricity, much less internet. Problem with malaria. The hunger index have not shrunk during the highest peak. And so Bitcoin did not come to solve those problems. And it's now being taken over by the 1%, by the way. That is how you one person can say something and drop coin less than reduce to 20,000 in a couple of days. And so what Bitcoin came to do, Bitcoin, and it has done the job, that there is a way outside of the centralized system of control, the system that creates poverty no matter how hard you work, a system that is designed for you to be dependent upon it, what you call social security. And that is why before some of you even start to work, you're thinking of retirement. That pension is now becoming a thing of the past, because today a lot of you who are pensionable are not receiving pension. And those of you who are at pension age, you can't go there either, because there'll be nothing for you. So this is the system that has been created. I didn't create it. You didn't create it. You were born into it. It's a system that guaranteed to produce poverty, except you're a thief. Except you're a thief, you will never make it in this system, because it was not designed for you to make it. And so as we give our children, and I know Mr. Abundance is like that too. So cryptocurrency came to address inequality. And that is why you must understand, when you come into TACC, it's not about buying a few coins, having it in your wallet, spending it at will. TACC is more than that. When we sat out in 2019, and that is why some of you were not here with us, when we were digging this foundation, most of you were not here, because if you were here, the foundation would have not been dug, because you would have had no understanding, no patience to dig this foundation in the most turbulent period of Earth history. In the middle of COVID, we went live. When everybody is telling to pull back, the waters are too boisterous. And then we say, no, we will sail ahead. We will sail ahead in the deep waters that no coin has ever been. It wasn't an easy task for Mr. Abundance. When we decided to go public sales March of last year, in the mid of COVID, when companies that were standing for years were crumbling. And so we are here now, and you are now making the uprights, because that is what is happening now. The foundation is already laid, and what we are now seeing is the upright of the building that is forming. And some of you still don't understand what we're doing. It shows that you're not foundation material. It shows that you have not taken any time to understand that we are not free except we're financially free. And you cannot come to TACC with your same mentality as you approach every other business. And that is why we cannot copy and paste what other cryptocurrencies are doing either, because we will not become greater than they are. Some cryptocurrencies, may I say to you, that are on the market for 3-4 years and they have not achieved 50 cents for one coin. Their coin has not rose to 50 cents. We have to be, and there are reasons why. And most of it is greed. Greed. Where 1 and 2 person want to hold all the coins, just like when we started out first. You had a couple of investors come with big money, 6.5 million, 2.5 million, suggesting to buy TACC. No, we are not desperate here because we understand the system very well. It's a system that, if we understand, it's not about you. And that is the problem with a lot of us, because it's always about us. You don't care for anyone else while the honey is dripping in your mouth. And so we approach businesses like that with no long-term plan. Meanwhile, China is planning for 100,000 years how to conquer the world. We can only not, we can't even plan between meals because we always approach everything out of desperation. TACC is here to change our narrative. It's educational, it's psychological, it's spiritual, it's financial. TACC is the whole man, to dream and become. Our mind has been stretched with abundance, and it will not go back, and it cannot go back to its original dimension. We are not here to fight the existent reality, according to Buckminster Fuller. But if you want to change the narrative, create a new model. And that is what cryptocurrency has done. But as you can see now, the enemies of cryptocurrency has now become its friends, but for their own purpose, because money go where money is, if you don't understand that principle. And so it's an opportunity for us to change the way we think, to change the mindset. Yes, last week I sent out Madam Edith, our youth ambassadors here. Oh, what a beautiful picture, headed by Princess McDonald. And I think the president and the prime minister is here, Mr. Joel Carr. And so with the able assistant of Madam Colette here on the left, I think this one is Ingrid right here, our women's director, and communications here, our advisor Noel here as well, and this is Michelle. Okay, now, have mercy. I don't know all the executive members, though. And I think let me not go any further. But it is really a good team here. And may I say to the folks in Antigua and Barbuda, based on the expansion that is now going on. And I mentioned before, as per capita, Antigua and Barbuda is leading in TACC as per capita. I think Antigua and Barbuda, I still believe, will come by default the first country to really adopt TACC to be spent in the street. There are too many Tiashans there. And so we, the people, have the power to demand. You see, the thing, the secret to our success is unity. The secret to our success is unity. And with the numbers that we have in Antigua, with the school mass adoption program, with coins to teachers, nurses, policemen, soldiers, prison officers, and coin to the unemployed, we are saying that this coin has the potential and the foundation to perform greater than Bitcoin. And so, should a coin become 10,000 for one, 15,000, 20,000, 100,000 for one coin, how will that affect the lives of our people in Antigua and Barbuda? A country that our leader has positioned to become the powerhouse. We have already adopted legislation in our parliament, to hold, to trade, and to spend cryptocurrency. And so may we give our children an opportunity to really thrive. There is no greater feeling and satisfaction for me than to change lives, to effect one life. That is what we're here for. If at the end of your journey, your trail is only one of destruction and theft free, if you are a dream killer, if your mission on earth, when you would have passed, because all of us have an expiry date on us. Some of us, we thought we would have always be at the helm of government, but time has a way to remind us that it will make us incompetent and irrelevant at the time. What legacy then do you leave behind? That is the question. What legacy do you leave behind? And so we're looking at the future. The future. We're giving our children a head start. Some of them are going on to university. They don't even know where the money is coming from. Some of them are in high school and they don't know where the money is coming from. We have an opportunity to give them a head start. And that is what TACC is doing. As our team suggests, that we are dreaming and we are becoming. That's Antigua, and this is Cameroon. And so from around the globe, we have the most powerful images across the globe. This is our advisor here with the leaders here in Cross River State. The picture that I showed, that one was from Cameroon. Now this is the Democratic Republic of Congo. They are singing, celebrating TACC. Our mind has been stretched with abundance.
Our mind has been stretched.
and it cannot go back to its original dimension. These are our children that we're given a fair chance, a fair shot at life by TACC policy. One child, one TACC, one youth, one TACC. We in the Tiashan community is not just to buy and hold a few coins. It's not about you. TAC is creating what has never been so that we can accomplish things that we have never done. And that is why a lot of people are questioning about TAC. Or if you know the things that are happening behind the scene. I said if it wasn't for the infinite, we would have never reached here. And when the books are open about TAC, what went on where the eyes could see and what you could not see that I cannot speak about, it will marvel you how we made it. May I say to you that this mission is bigger than Mr. Abundance. It is bigger than Mr. Abundance because the infinite always made a way of escape. Even though it might seem impossible. But as he says, what is impossible with men, what is impossible with the flesh, is possible with the spirit. Now, this is deep. And so, as we go uphill, with these pictures that are coming in from around the globe, it gives me satisfaction. As I looked into their eyes, that we as leaders and Tiashan can say like Paul that we would have run a good race and we would have kept the faith because it is our duty. It is our duty to create a better path than that which was given to us. And cryptocurrency has shown us that we can create this path, but we have to be in unity. We have to bury greed. We have to bury ignorance. We have to bury selfishness, because if we did not do it in 2019, when we started the Tiashan community, it was investors that came from across the globe. When the challenge came to Mr. Abundance, create your own coin. If you do not love what is happening in this community, create your own coin. I have always said it is better to be prepared without an opportunity than to be given an opportunity to which you're not prepared for. Because a good opportunity only make the unprepared appear ridiculous. And Mr. Abundance will not appear ridiculous. And so we had to get hold and pull ourselves together. This is the result of the foundation that was laid since 2019. We had no blueprint intact. And so what you are seeing here is all under inspiration. We had no blueprint because we're going down a path where no one has been to leave a trail. Don't expect it's going to be a bed of rose. It's not going to be a bed of rose. But as you affect the lives of children, the youth the men and women of tomorrow, when your time of departure will come, as I said, all of us have an expiry date. Or may we go empty. May we go empty, that we would have emptied ourselves, that our purpose to which we were born, 1,000,000 sperm went for the egg, but you came out. You came out because there is a problem only you alone can solve. And so may you solve that problem that you were born to do. Or to be on your dying bed. Or to be on your dying bed, only to realize you have not lived. You have not lived because it was all about you. It was all about you. And staring at you are your dreams, goals, aspiration, because you have not helped anyone. And the principle of getting ahead is to help as many people get what they want. That's the principle of getting ahead. No millionaire has ever become a millionaire without helping others become millionaires first. If you don't understand that principle, and the principle is you will help as many people get what they want, and they in turn will help you get what you want. At the beginning, you will not get paid for a lot of things that you do. But if you remain constant and persistent, you will get paid for a lot of things that you would not have done. This is a principle that 80% of you in TACC do not understand. You don't understand this principle. At the beginning, you will do a lot of things you will not get paid for. But if all of us remain consistent and persistent, we will get paid for a lot of things that we have not done either. That is the principle. And so as TACC goes uphill, our team here out of Lagos, we all go uphill together from across the globe. The TACC adoption program, giving hope, positioning a system so that we can indeed dream and become, giving our students an opportunity and our children that we do not have. These pictures are coming out of Liberia. Giving our children a fair chance. That is what we're doing. Our group there out of South Africa, I want to really thank our leaders. And we have not seen anything yet, because the best is still yet to come. But the bar has been set very high. The bar has been set very high. And as you can look at the faces, it is a joy. When you're changing life, you don't feel any pain. It is the greatest satisfaction that anyone can have, is to serve other people. And that is what the world is looking for. The world is looking for servant leadership. We have had too many greedy, I don't even know what to call them, self-seekers. We had too many self-seekers, self-interest. Look at this powerful picture from South Africa with a teacher wearing TACC logo. It's a powerful message there. In the classroom, I showed it last week now. Coming out of South Africa. Look at happy Tiashins. That is the joy. It's an inner joy. It's a peace that no one can describe. You know, when you're affecting people's lives, the joy comes from within. And it cannot be replaced by money. Money cannot buy the peace. Money can't buy this. And so I want to thank our leaders there out of South Africa. A matter of fact, you know, in our Tiashans in Portugal, I think we have here our European ambassador, youth ambassador right here, Channel. She's one of the hardest person I understand, the hardest worker in Portugal. I think she's about 18 years old. And so she has been appointed as our newly European youth ambassador. I want to congratulate her. And if I'm not mistaken, this might be her mom here. If it's not your mom, excuse me, yo. But I know that they're working very hard in Portugal and they have a very vibrant team over there. Also, that's our Uganda TACC celebration. Whereby they are rejoicing in the launching of TACC. Thank you very much. Yes, the launching of TACC there. Launching of TACC. I wanna be rich. And this is in the house of Madam Cheryl, our National Executive Coordinator for the US. And that is her right there. Her house has now turned into TACC factory. Invest still might live like a star. If you want to job or retire. Voice of art is here very simple. Let me make the message better all of our people. So Madam Cheryl House has turned into a factory over there. I think, let me see, that may not be one of the pictures here. I'm going into these things. Okay, yes. This is one of our leaders here with the children. That's one of our leaders there in Nigeria with the teachers. They're talking about TACC. This is what they call dreaming and become. They don't know what is happening, but in years to come, they will thank that leader. And that is it. I wish we had people like that All right. Kaduna State. We're winding down this segment, but I think this was very powerful indeed to show that TACC is it's a global operation. I think if I was supposed to nominate a picture of the year, a photo of the year, this youth. And by the way, you need to send his account for me. This youth, you will have 10,000 TAC in your account as soon as it lands on Mr. Bonda's desk. Uh-huh. 10,000 TAC. That's
Whew.
right, because that is what TAC is here to do, to change lives. And as you become, you will multiply yourself and touch life, because that is it. What a difference a day make. What a difference a day make when kindness touches it. And so I just want to say to the to the team in Lesotho, thank you for this image. This is the image of the year. And so I will stop at this. I will stop at this one, and I will join my panelists. I think I have taken up probably, let me see, half an hour in this, but I think it was it was worthwhile. Let me go back to base. Okay, I have a whole lineup here waiting here for me. All right, so let me bring up Mr. Our youth ambassador here. He said we move. Is he here? Oh, Mr. Gabriel. That's right. Okay. So he's at there. A matter of fact,
Yeah.
he's in the other room adjacent to Mina. Ambassador. Also, we have Mr. Prosperous
Yes, sir.
Prince out, out of the UK. And so we have a full house. Mr. Gabriel, you know, you have joined Mr. Abundance for a couple of days now, and I really appreciate
Mhm.
you as our global youth ambassador. You have taken up such a challenge that is bigger than yourself, because that is what it is. You know, if your goals and aspirations are not bigger than you, then you're not ready for showtime. You must, you mean your goal and your dream must stretch you. If your goals and your dream are not stretching you, if your goals and your dream are not making you feel uncomfortable, it means that you are still off track. I think, Ambassador, are you there? I think you're having some problem with the connection.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still here now. Yeah, I'm still here. Hello.
Greet the
Greetings
house.
to the global community of Theations. Can you all hear me, brother? I'm
Yes.
for yeah, prosperous prince. Greetings, brothers. Yes, it's nice to be here with you
Yes.
once more.
We're
You
all
know,
hearing
Mr.
you.
Bonus, I was listening to you at the background. I was listening. Yes, I can listen. I was listening to you from the backstage, and you know, I've always been saying this. Life is all about finding your purpose and then standing in the gap. You know, and ask yourself, how do you discover your purpose? I mean, and I give an analogy. I said, take a look at your environment, or let's just make an example of your room, your particular room. Everything in your room is having a purpose, right? Your fridge is having a purpose, your fan is having a purpose,
Mhm.
your AC is having a
Yeah,
purpose, your
that's it.
light bulb is having a
That's
purpose.
it.
And then you ask yourself, as a human being, what
Mhm.
is your purpose in life? You know, and we all grew up making use of things in this world. You know, we all grew up making use of banking system, making use of the internet, making use of the ATM, making use of motorbikes, making use of motorcycles, cars. And then you ask yourself, you know, these things are created by human beings like you and I. They are not created by angels or aliens. You know, and then if the scripture said we are co-creators with God, and then you ask yourself, what are you creating, or what are you contributing in creating? Because it can't just be here, right? And you must be here to add value to humanity, because people who came before you actually created the things you are using. And if you're not creating something or contributing creating something, then you are a minus, you are a zero. And I refuse to be a minus, I refuse to be a zero. And I vow to
Yes,
stay in the gap
that's it.
to make
Hey,
sure people have a better life, of nations. And if you look carefully, I know it pains me, it hurts me when people
we
use
want.
Africa as an index for poverty. And like you said, I watch when you said index
Yes.
for index for analyzing poverty. A family in the UK was complaining how poor they are, and this man took his children to Congo. And when he saw the situation there, and he said he saw people living in a very critical and hard condition.
Uh,
And he said this
Ambassador,
is what poverty is. It therefore.
we are not hearing you, so I have removed you from the forum. Your internet is not good. But what the ambassador was saying, that it's time for the world, stop use Africa as the poverty index. And he was referring to a family out of the UK whose children were complaining about the hard time and not having things. And the family, you said, let's go to Africa, and they went to Uganda, and they were not disappointed. That is why there is still 1 million coins that were allocated for the children in Uganda. That has nothing to do with the school adoption. I did that. I made that policy, and the Ugandans now, the leadership need to activate that so that the children can receive their coin. I said 1 million because they use Uganda, and that is what TAC is here to do, to address anywhere there's a cry and a shame. We are here to restore dignity, and we don't need help. All we need to do is to unite. That's all we need, because we are the ones that create billionaires and millionaires in the world. We are primarily consumers. And that is why they say now that any race can create any ridiculous product, because they know we are primarily consumers and we will make them billionaires. I think the time has come for us to realize that we are our problems, and we
We hope that the leader come back and join us, Mr. N4.
Yes, we have he has a technical problem, a network problem. We
Okay.
should have to exercise a little bit of patience.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, he already said that the internet is very bad, you know. I wish I could launch the 5G there for him to for him to carry on, you know.
Well, I would just maybe I don't know if I can share my screen. I would just like to share some pictures while the leader is coming there.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
to share my screen, yes, I think I can share now. Okay, the screen sharing is for the Togo team that I wanted to recommend uh, to the community of TACC. Well, our Mr. Abundance is, I
reason
think
why
Mr.
I say
Abundance is
that.
back.
Yes, this is the reason why I said that I never done a broadcast um, before in this country, because the internet. And but so far it was working with me. It was working with me. All my chat there has been wiped out. Let's hope that they come back for some reason. When I went out, it wiped out all the comments. that I saw there. Um, all right. So, Prosperous Prince, greet the house.
Thank you very much, Mr. Abundant. And
Can you
for
hear me?
can
Very well.
you
We
hear
can
me?
hear you, sir.
Can you hear? Okay,
Okay,
okay.
go on,
It's a wonderful opportunity to be
please.
here this evening as we move forward to a new beginning, step forward. So, what are we facing in TACC? The community, the Tiashans, everybody is excited. They're not just looking forward for the coin to launch and go on the market, but they are looking forward to the exciting journey after the launch, because we know we haven't seen anything like this before. Most of people who join the crypto space and join the abundant community, um, they have never been on on a platform where the coin goes to market. So everybody's superstitious, wondering how is it going to work, what is going to happen, you know. And also, I am facing some ignorant people as well. They are saying, what we're facing, Mr. Abundant, is that say you introduce your cousin and you buy them some coin as a good gesture, yeah? Now, I have members reaching out to say you're going to do your KYC. They said no, they're not doing it. What do you do then, Mr. Button? What do we do? The person to think of you to
Well,
buy your coin
okay,
for your
I can
future.
tell you. No, one moment. Our European director. Um, don't forget that 8 years ago you were no different. You had an opportunity. You had an opportunity. Okay, I think okay. That's what is happening. Yeah, but I'm seeing myself here live, and I'm talking. They're
Yes,
hearing me as well. So as I said, we're having some issues with the internet, and that is why I didn't really want to do the broadcast. That is why I did not put a link out earlier either, because I wasn't
yes,
too sure if I was going to do it. And so once I
yes,
get a window, I just went live one time, because I know
Yeah.
that these are this is being recorded, and so once it's recorded you can watch it at a later time. But
yes,
Prosperous Prince, I want us to have patience with these people that we have gone ahead and registered them without their knowing, as a goodwill gesture. It is a good thing, but also understand that they don't know what is happening. These are the people that when they understand what you did, they will love the dust you walk on. And so that is
yes,
why the KYC, if they don't do it now, it will not affect them. A matter of fact, their coins will be always be there, but it will not be on the blockchain. So it will wait for them when they're ready to verify, and as I said today, to pay their activation fee. If we're still on Stellar, by that time maybe we'll be on our own blockchain. But just be patient with them, because they don't understand. Isn't the master say, I came to my own and my own received me not? Did he not say that so many things he could have accomplished in Jerusalem, but for unbelief? And so why you think that our mindset is any different? We have been conditioned for so long to believe that the system that we have now, and the monies that we're spending, and the way we are using it will always be. And with less than 2% of the world know what we're doing, you have to really excuse them,
yes,
and help them
yes,
along. Go on.
yes, 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 yes. It's something that I've never done before, Mr. Abundant, and so they understand. So it's a new era for them to be in this space. What is happening next? You know, why should I put my details in it?
All of
What
us.
is it?
Yeah.
You know, But but I understand for the person to think of you to be a part of this great movement and what is going to be happening further. On our show on Friday, we opened a little sneak preview as an economist to tell us what's going on. And it was really nerve-wracking for the economists to tell us what is going to happen. But what do they do with the information that they gather? Do we sit on it and look until it comes, or do we start prepare? And that is what we look at it as Noah's Ark. You know the story of Noah's Ark. So what do? Are we going to sit down and take the information and do nothing? Or we're going to prepare for what we didn't expect than to unprepare for what is coming? Then we throw on in the air. We don't know. But tell people to start prepare for now. Get prepared. The mindset. Stretch that mindset to a different area. And then it will never go back. It will never go back. So we just have to join together, understand. It's not everything they're going to understand in one time. As you go along, you learn. You learn as you come because it's a new space that they have never seen. You see less than 3% know about cryptocurrency. And everybody has heard crypto, they jump Bitcoin. But there is greater than Bitcoin here. Greater than Bitcoin here.
Sure.
So as we go forward, it just get excited more and more. And we share contents with people, but some of them do not read, they do not understand. But all they understand is to invest and bring people on board, give them the opportunity so that they come and be successful like them. Can you hear me?
I think
Yes.
we're having some difficulty with the network, and I know from my end, yes, we heard you, but it is because it's coming to very static.
Yeah,
And
very
so
slow.
we'll have to bring this, and that is why I've been here a couple times, but I've never done a broadcast before because I know that the internet here is very, 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 very poor. But I said, let me try it. Let me try it. Let me test it to see if it will come true. But as you can see, that we are having difficulty in actually finishing this broadcast. So it's 57 minutes and 40 seconds into the broadcast. I think that we were able, to send the picture that was necessary and what TACC is here to do. And so I will continue, clarify, answer questions in the audio because it's a lot. A matter of fact, more people listen to the audios than the videos.
Yes.
So if any message to be gotten across, it will be in the audio. So I just want to thank the House of Tiashan that TAG goes live on the 29th of this month with or without celebration. They say there's something. There ain't no stopping us now.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ain't no stopping us now. So we just want to thank all of the Tiashans that thank the panelists, Mr. Prosperous Prince, Mr. N4, our director for the French territories, our European director. These are people that have held the fort from the foundation. They have navigated all the waters, that they have seen the depth of the sea. They have seen where the foundation laid because they are part of the foundation. And so it was not easy to get where we are today. And so I just want to say thank to all the meaningful, specific, intact posterity shall remember you, and all those who have played their part, no matter how simple. As I said, I am no greater than any Tiashan, even that would have invested 25 cents. It's not about Mr. Abundance. All of us need each other. All of us should understand that together we can and together we will. From the desk of Mr. Abundance, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you very much.
So okay.
Where's that? Oh, wait,